kind of like y'all kind of just wing it, you know, and then just kind of just go what you're talking about at the time.
Yeah, it's definitely not pre-planned. I know there are podcasts like locally and internationally and stuff that it's like everything is scripted like a ESPN show. Yeah, it's like, so you rushed for 4,500 yards. How are your knees? Yeah. And then you're like, well, my knees are fine. I hit my wife, but I mean, my knees are fine. And then they're like, cool. So do you plan on running for more yards next season? Yeah. And it's like, you didn't hear him just say he hit his wife. You didn't want to say, you just want to brush right by that. Huh?
Yeah. Just continue with that next question you got, boss. Yeah,
I've had like people who do this for a living, like, and I've asked them like, how do you think we're doing? And he's like, the one thing I would say is like, some people have the mistake of having pre-written questions and not giving a shit about the answer and going to the next question. Mm-hmm. And like the questions aren't even that interesting. It's like, so you have a fight coming up. How do you feel?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I feel like I'm about to fight somebody, so I probably don't feel great.
Yeah.
I mean, even if it's a passion of mine, it's like, I'm about to fight this person, and if this was a real life situation, we'd fight to the death. Yeah. Or it would seem like that, right? Yeah. And they're like, yeah, just don't be so worried about the questions. Just like more so like flow with the conversation. And I'm like, yeah, we do that. And he's like, yeah, exactly. Like, y'all already do that, so I don't really have a critique in that way. Yeah. He's like, just make sure you guys stay yourself. Yeah. And that's like not been a problem. Yeah. You know? Mm-hmm. Like the very last one we talk about why he was gone. Yeah. Yeah. But it went for a while.
Yeah. I mean, 45 minutes of just straight, just bullshitting, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you've been found.
Yeah. I mean, me too.
He's been returned safely. Luckily, we were able to negotiate some rights to where he's able to stay at the house a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, I got time back and forth. It's almost like a divorce thing.
And his color's coming back.
Yeah, I'm starting to get. Yeah, I've been out in the sun a couple times.
That's probably why he's wearing a lot of color, so it doesn't show that he's so pale right now.
Well, I mean, you want to see the tan part?
No, it's okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
No, yeah, but so how was your morning? Didn't you just get back from surfing?
Well, I was going this morning, and then I decided to sleep in a little bit because I got kids full time most of the time, so it's like my weekend without them. So I slept in this morning. I got the board in the car, so I'm gonna jet out after I leave here today and go try to snag some.
Where do you normally surf?
Mainly Alabama, Orange Beach. I go to Pensacola, but I travel around. Just depends where the surf's good. So I've been surfing for probably 29 years now. So pretty good while. So I've met a lot of cool people and know people all around the world from it. So
that's wild. In like the time frame that you've been surfing, have you noticed like there'll be years on end where it's like better surf, or is it literally just season to season where it's like this season is supposed to have a good surf but it doesn't?
Yeah, it definitely.
I've always wondered shit about that because I don't surf.
Thing,
or is it like a hot streak where it's like, dude, from 2009 to like 2013, it was like a fucking
ripping.
Yeah.
No, it definitely changes. It basically like this winter's been terrible. We've only had a couple days here and there, but then some winters will start firing early, probably October. It'll be surf every week.
Is that due to like storms?
Yeah, so
you want storms?
Yes. So like the cold front's coming through, that's what this is. So when a cold front comes through, it basically brings like a bunch of southeast winds, so and pressure too. Yeah. So it builds the surf in probably about a day or two, and then we wait for the offshore winds to come around and turn around and blow it. And that blows against the face of the wave. That's when you get barrels and cleaner waves. And cleaner surf.
Dude, I've never even thought. See, I always thought that. I mean, because I'm a fucking dummy, and I've been in a pool, so I'm thinking if something does this in a pool, it creates wave. I don't think like wind has anything to do that because it's such a small scale. I'm in a pool and I'm doing this. Yeah. You know, like I don't think. So I've always thought like ships create waves, and maybe the wave just keeps traveling.
Well, sometimes they do, like in Mobile Bay, like the cruise liners coming out of there, they create a wave, and like people have been down there and surfed them before.
That's scary.
Wow, how did they even get down there safely?
So down like Fort Morgan,
safely.
Well, I mean, like, do they get jet skied like out there?
No, it breaks on the beach. So like it'll break on like the inside of the bay, like going out of Mobile Bay.
Oh, wow.
The ship will go out and it'll break. There's different places like Texas and stuff where all these big cruise liners are going out, and people go and take jet skis to them and surf them. And they're like long waves. I mean, they're not like super world class waves or anything like that, but they break long waves.
So for surfing, are you more interested in the length of the wave or the height of the wave? Or is there a correlating difference?
It just depends. I mean,
because
I longboard and I shortboard, and I mean, there's all kinds. Just depends on what kind of board you're riding. Because like, I want a steep wave, you know, like a hard breaking wave if I'm riding my shortboard.
Yeah.
But if I'm longboarding, I kind of want a wave that's just going to kind of roll, you know, so I can get out. You can
ride forever.
Are you able to see it from, like, your car, looking out at the water? You're like, this is the board I need to walk out there with?
Yes. There's a couple spots. So, like, Terry Cove in Orange Beach is we call it, all the surfers call it Terry Cove, but it's Cotton Bayou State Park in Orange Beach. So, there's a spot you can pull up in your car and like look over there's a little fence and a boardwalk and stuff, and you can see what it looks like there. There's a pier there, so we surf beside it. I don't know if you saw my video.
Is that across? It's like a walkway across onto the bay.
No.
And then there's like a state park where you can like camp.
Yeah, that's the state park. So we can't surf by that pier because it's outlawed. Because all the fishermen and stuff, But yeah, this is a private pier. The condominium owns it, so like a bunch of folks, you know, rent a condo and fish, and it's private, so there's not a ton of fishermen and stuff on it. So,
have y'all ever been kicked out of places like, or is it like you're?
Whenever I was younger, whenever I was like, what you're 23 when I was your age. Oh yeah. We would go and like,
but like, what are you even doing that's destructive? It's fucking water.
Dude, I'll tell you.
I mean, unless you're taking shit out there and you're destroying the beach, like littering and shit, what are you really doing?
That are such assholes about that stuff, about like beachfront property and stuff like that, like being anywhere near their kind of stuff, they'll freak out, dude.
See, if it was mine, like the only thing I think I would even do is like introduce myself and be like, yeah, y'all are cool. Just like me and my family come out here at this time, maybe avoid that time.
But you're like a good person, you know? Some people aren't.
But also, I think logically, I'm like, it's fucking water. Now, you're not skateboarding. I understand destruction of property in that way because you're like scraping paint, banging metal, making noise, injuring yourself. If you fall in water covers a percentage of the earth, a lot of it, you know?
You want to pull that percentage? Do you know that one?
It's more than 18%.
Hey, you know, he's not wrong.
I am not wrong. Speaking of facts today, I'm on point. Okay,
he's actually not wrong about that.
So it's like I don't get the thing for surfers unless it's littering or like there's 150 of you guys in one spot. But I've never seen more than like 4 to like 10 people in a location surfing here, at least. Yeah. I don't think we're a
stereotype is what it is, and half
what
the
is
people.
The stereotype? I don't even know the stereotype.
I don't know. They think stereotype. Oh, we're smoking pot and doing drugs in the parking lot, and you know, just raging, or you know, that's what they feel like.
Point Break.
Yeah,
Point Break is probably not a good image holder for you. It's like y'all's Dazed and Confused.
It's like
Surf Nazis. Have you ever seen Surf Nazis?
No.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
That's a rough one.
The title alone, maybe I'm not watching that.
They give us bad rep.
Nicolas Cage in it? Because I'll watch it, dude. Straight up.
He's into Nicolas Cage.
No, Nicolas Cage is not in it. I don't know any actor in it, honestly. It's one of the B cut.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's wild. What is that big fucking place that everybody is like 50 to 100 foot waves, and it's like you see the videos
Naraze.
Where is that?
That's in Portugal, I believe.
Dude, the wave. Have you seen videos on those waves, bro?
Yeah.
It's like fucking.
It's scary.
Dude,
it's so scary.
Dude, I can't even imagine just being in the water, not even close to the wave, just being out there in the water. You gotta feel like yeah, well, you got to feel the water rise, right? But retract. What is that called?
Yeah,
the tide go out. You got to feel the tide go out, right? But you also probably feel the vibration of the wave breaking, right? You would think, because it's such big waves,
and they're standing up on cliffs watching it, and like it's like 100.
Yeah,
something.
What the fuck is the size of those?
They're like
cliffs.
They're
what the fuck is it?
They're tall for sure.
Did this start here? Did your like surfing deal start here? Did you start somewhere?
Yeah, no, I started here, and then I I used to surf competitively for a long time, and kind of locally. I go to the East Coast and surf and stuff. And but I was 17, 18, 19 years old at that time.
I got a homie that I work with that used to do kind of the same thing, and a bunch of his homies, they lived here, but a bunch of his homies would have like once a month or whatever. Whenever the waves were good, they would all load up in a truck and head to the East Coast of Florida and just go camp like on the beach pretty much and just surf for like 4 days in a row.
That's the whole thing with it. That's the best part because you get up with your buddies, you go on a road trip, you camp out, you know, and go surf, wake up, daybreak, see the surf, come back, cook burgers on the grill or whatever you're doing.
Yeah. Holy
that part to me is like such a cool. Just to be a part of that whole thing.
When they do videos from this, like 100, it feels like they're a mile away from this. And look how you're seeing trees in frame.
That's Kale Kelley right there. And this dude he's from Hawaii. He's from Oahu. And he's your size. Dude. He's a small guy. Like he is. Man.
I mean, he's like, he's one of them little people.
Cut that out,
We're going to edit that in post. Yeah.
But
I'm going to cut in like big guy.
He is the gnarliest dude ever. Like, I mean, he did like a chop hop 360 on like an 80-foot wave right there.
What like exactly can you tell? Like, how do you measure waves when you're out there? So do you know the old camping thing where it's like you see the sun up and you go like this? How many hands? Because each hand is an hour. Each finger is 15 minutes. So you do how many hands till it's to the ground?
Yeah.
So they're doing it all on video now. I guess they're looking at the ratio of their size and measuring it. But see, out there, they're measuring from the back of the wave. So whenever the wave breaks, is not the actual height of it. Wow. So they're measuring the actual size of the swell. So like, it's every bit of 100-foot face right there that he's on.
Dude. Just the amount of water.
Dude, how tall is a fucking house? What, 13 to 15 feet to the peak of a house? Right? From outside looking in?
A little bit taller, probably, but yeah.
Okay, so like 10 or 9 to 10 houses tall.
That right there is like a 9-story condominium.
Jesus, he went to the top and went over it.
Like, this is the thing that blows, is how much water that is. Do you know how many swimming pools of water that is?
Dude, yeah.
You know how many thousands of gallons that is?
So a square foot of water is 8 pounds. One square foot of water.
That's
so
like
imagine.
Can you imagine 1 million pounds of water?
Can you imagine 1 square foot slapping you in the face? Just one. An 8-pound weight came across your face. How would you feel?
That's
let alone having that, and then the board maybe stabbing you as it's coming down on you because it's always tethered, right?
And then you're just getting thrown.
Or is the tether
theirs isn't. So they're riding tow-in boards, so they don't have a leash hooked to theirs.
Is a leash thing like a pussy thing, or is that like
no?
I don't know.
This, you don't want the board attached to you, so it's so big. So they're wearing life vests that have CO2 cartridges in them. So like whenever they go down, they can rip a cord to pull them up because it'll
if they're
hold
conscious.
Them. Yeah,
they're like.
you're getting obliterated.
That's a fucking battleship. Look at these little miniature battleships. I'm kidding. Oh my god, they're coming in. I mean, obviously they're coming in waves, but
they're on top of like a 300 or 400 foot cliff right here, and it's to the top of them almost. It looks like.
Look at the one behind. What the fuck, dude?
Dude, I assume.
Could you imagine being on the jet ski?
Yeah, dude.
And driving it out in that
Driving it over that. No, that is so sketchy, dude.
God,
I've been in boats with 7-8 foot swells, a 30-something foot boat, and that's fucking scary.
Dude, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that.
Dude, yeah,
that
because
is...
you go away, you go out with somebody and they go against somebody else's. What the fuck is the thing? Wake. And the wake could be 3 foot. And you see, and we're going like 80 miles, or I don't know, 4 knots. I don't know what knots are.
80 miles an hour. 4 knots. 4 knots, 80 miles an hour.
We're cooking, and I see that weight coming, and I'm like, no.
Dude, that'll flip a boat, dude.
Dude, I've seen some videos on Instagram where it's like, they're not even going that fast, and the wake is not even that big, but they hit it at the wrong moment, and it's just like, bam, and everybody just, it's like they're hitting a pole or a fucking wall, and just wham.
That's just water.
Dude, Barstool just released a video, like, because, they kind of like meme videos now, but like, they posted a video where a girl was like kind of like sunbathing on the the top. I don't know what the fucking
deck of the boat,
the nose of it though, where that part
the bow of the boat,
the bow of the boat, and she's just like kind of like, I think she was posing for something from a while away, and they hit a little wake, and she bounced, and then they hit another wake, and she came down and hit the boat, and then slid off the boat, gone.
See, that's one of the like scariest parts. Is like when you're posing for your buddies, right? No, but like if you're on a boat and you're like, you're riding the same way, you can prepare for those, right?
Yeah.
Because like you're used to this same motion, right? And you can kind of tell when it's
you
gonna hit and
move
stuff.
with it.
You're moving with the boat, but then you get these rogue like wakes or something like that, and it'll smack you the wrong way, and you'll just go flum and ram your head into shit.
I don't want to sound like an idiot, but where are these massive type waves coming from in Portugal? Like, what is creating this?
So I mean, it's a big, like, they have southern hemisphere swells and, like, northern hemisphere swells. I don't know the direction that it comes in, but, like, the storms come from, like, Antarctica all the way across the ocean.
So that's, like, freezing fucking water?
I don't know about Portugal. I think it is. I think it's pretty cold. I mean, they all have wetsuits on.
Yeah.
But the neat thing about this place is there's a huge canyon underwater, like 1,000-something foot deep.
What?
And it funnels all the energy of the ocean.
Oh,
if there's
yeah,
a big
that
swell.
can't be
so
good.
it funnels it in.
It's
and
just
then
a perfect storm.
Then it hits like 20 foot of water. So it's going from like a couple thousand feet to 20 foot of water.
Does that thing have... Oh, I thought
No,
it was tires.
no,
I was like,
they-
he just
they-
fucking...
Fuck that.
So somebody
getting
got
somewhere?
hurt or something here. Let's see.
Oh yeah. Wow, dude.
Okay,
that's
another
fucking-
question, because I'm inexperienced in surfing. You don't just wear a wetsuit if it's cold. You wear a wetsuit to protect yourself, too. Like, if maybe there's, like, coral reef or, like, something sharp, like rocks or, like, fucking... Or is literally the wetsuit generally just for cold?
It's generally just for cold, but some of these guys wear them that are doing the big wave stuff for protection.
See, that's what I thought, always.
Yeah.
I always thought it was for, like, your skin protection in case there's fucking
But if
shore
they-
rocks or something.
If they hit the reef,
Dude, it
it's
doesn't
not
fucking matter.
protecting
Yeah, there's
them.
not
You
doing
know,
too
it's
much.
going to go right
Dude, you know
through
what's
the
wild
wetsuit.
is, like, finding reef on the shore. It's so fragile. You can break it.
Because it's
But,
dead.
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think of it being, like,
Yeah.
fucking...
It's a live thing.
It's like
yeah.
the fucking bars they put in cement floors. You know what I'm talking about?
Like rebar?
Rebar.
Yeah.
It's fucking rock.
This is our entire friendship is him just saying stuff, not knowing the word for it, and then me just saying, "Oh yeah, that thing," and then he's like, "Yeah, that's what I was talking about." That's our entire friendship.
We're gonna put a compilation together, and it's gonna be like 99 of those, and then me going for one of them on him. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's called a T-shirt.
Yeah.
You're like,
That's the only one.
he like lobs it up to me, and I think I really got him good, and I'm like, hey, that's a
It's
T-shirt.
that thing you put like on your head, it's like covers your,
My
cover your
hat.
hair. There you go. Yeah, that. Yeah.
Fucking got it.
So have you had any experiences with surfing where it's like that was a little too close for comfort, like either being thrown somewhere or like stuck underwater or something like that?
Oh yeah, I've came close to drown many a times.
Do you have one that was like the worst?
Yeah, a couple times here. Costa Rica one time. I got
like,
held
I surfed
under
a-
for forever. And like I was drinking water already. Like and it was kind of like panic. I went into panic mode, and that's the worst thing you can do because all your oxygen's like
You're
in your
wasting your oxygen,
head because it's all a mind game. Like you just kind of let the wave take you. If you're getting held down and ragdolled, you got to stay down, just kind of just let it do what it's going to do until it lets you go. Well, I was doing that in Costa Rica, and it was not letting me go. And then I kind of like last minute started panicking, and I was probably under for like 40 seconds, and it felt like
an
3 or
eternity.
4 minutes.
Yeah.
Dude.
And it pushed me almost probably 150 yards in to the beach.
Wow.
So
So did you start hitting ground before you came up?
Oh yeah, I was getting rolled across the bottom. Whenever I got to the inside, like closer to the beach, I was getting rolled, and it luckily
Did that make
it was
you feel
safe.
safer? That you knew that you were closer?
No, I was trying to. I'm
safe.
I was.
Well, you know what I meant. You knew that you were closer to the.
No, I was
way
trying
better.
to jump off the bottom. So what had happened was that was my first time to Costa Rica, and I think I was about 17 years old, and so I was paddling out. I caught a wave. I was paddling back out, and it was me and like 3 other of my buddies, and they have rogue sets that come in. So, and that was like my first time really being in like big Pacific swell. It was probably 7 foot that day.
Okay.
And then here comes like a 12-foot set out of nowhere. So like the bigger sets are going to break way farther out.
Yeah.
So we're like scratching, trying to get all the way out.
So you were probably stoked. You're like, I'm going to hit this fucking 12-footer.
Hell no. We're like,
Oh,
we're
no?
fucked.
Yeah.
We're
'Cause you
inside
just
and the
rode
wave
in,
is
yeah.
going to break on us. So we're trying to paddle out to it to get past it.
Yeah.
And get over
word.
it because we were way too far inside. So I was paddling, and 2 of my buddies were in front of me, and 1 of my buddies was behind me. And I start paddling up the face of the wave, and it's steep. It's standing straight up and down. And I get all the way to the top.
Holy shit.
And it
starts to break.
throws me backwards. And like I go over the falls, and that's like a 10-foot wave, so it's like a 20-foot face. So I like free fall like almost 20 foot backwards, head first.
Nope.
And go under, and then it picks me up again, and then it throws me over the falls again. So it'll do that. You'll get in the
shit.
wave, and it'll pick you up, and it'll throw
you're just
you
taking
over.
a barrel.
If you don't get out past the first, like, if you're not passing over the wave before it breaks, you're pretty much fucked then, huh? Like, I mean, you might have some time
you
in
can
between
duck dive and stuff,
Yeah.
and I was
Duck, dip, dive, yard.
yeah. So duck
duck.
diving, you go under the wave.
Yeah.
When you're
Is that
paddling
the
out.
only technique for it to avoid it?
Yeah, well, you can kind of like ditch your board and like
dive
dive down
yourself?
deep and stuff.
Word.
Well, I thought I could paddle over, and I was on a fun shape, so I was on a bigger board at that time, so you couldn't duck dive. It had too much flotation. So anyways, it throws me over the falls the second time, and then I'm in the washing machine under the wave that just churns. So it's just holding me down. So it lets loose of me, and I start swimming for the surface, and about that time another one comes. It was another rogue set, just pounds me, and I go back over the falls again.
Jesus.
That's when I went into panic mode.
Yeah.
And then after
I
that,
would have been freaking out way before.
yeah,
that.
and
Did
then
you just chill for the rest of the day?
and
You're like, you know what?
no,
It's not my day.
That's nice. Yeah. You guys got it. Huh?
No, I'm going in.
no, you can't do that, man. You got to paddle back out.
Yeah.
So I paddled back out, and then redeemed myself
much
and
salt
caught
water did
a
you have to-
smoking good wave.
How
After
much
that.
salt water were you coughing up after that one, dude?
Oh, dude, I was sick. Like I threw up on the inside. Like I drank probably a good half gallon of water.
Jeez.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah,
That's
it was gnarly.
dude.
Oh yeah, it was a bad feeling. Like adrenaline was through the roof
yeah.
right then. So like I threw up a little bit, and then I was like, screw it. I was
Yeah.
like going back out, paddled back out, paddled to the outside, and my friends were like, "Where the fuck did you go, man?" I was like, "Dude, I almost died."
you asshole. Where were you?
No, you should have been like, dude, I fucking rocked that last wave. You didn't see that? I fucking, yeah, I don't even know what you call it, but I was fucking doing it.
I caught it all the way to the inside. You
Yeah.
didn't see it?
Yeah, I barreled that bitch.
I barreled that bitch.
Yeah, man.
That's
Dude,
fucking scary. Dude.
That's a whole different level there. You don't.
Dude, yeah, because if you're watching these, like, they just showed a clip earlier, but it was like the wave was so fucking big that he was surfing, you didn't even see the top of the wave yet, and you saw the shadow before you saw the top of the wave.
Look at this.
Yeah, like, dude, the stream, what is that
What?
called? That tail that he's leaving behind, like the little mini wake.
It's like
Is that called anything?
No, not really. No.
Dude, earlier there was one where it was like the little wake that he was leaving was like 40 foot long before it even came close to the top of the wave.
Yeah.
It looked insane like that.
You can
Like,
Look, that's a rock.
That looks
That's going towards the
scary,
rocks.
dude.
See, and that's
Yeah.
steep. That's barreling. That's standing up and barreling. That's heavy.
and how far out is like the sweet spot for waves, or does it depend on where you're at
Everywhere.
location?
Yeah, you could go somewhere like Hawaii and
Yeah.
have like a paddle across a whole bay.
Yeah.
It's like a hour paddle to get to the waves.
And here
so,
it's-
and here this is
pretty-
beach break.
yeah.
Yeah, this is like beach break. Like we
See,
have
I
some
only
outside.
imagine it like this. I don't know any better. I didn't know it was any different than right on the water.
Yeah.
No, it's all different. So you'll have like outside barrier reefs and stuff that people are surfing on. So like a lot of these places, like in the South Pacific,
Like
and
that.
Stuff,
Look how long his
have-
tail is.
You
See,
got me
that's
fucked
on
up.
the beach though.
You
These
got
guys
me
are surfing.
fucked up right here, dude. You're this close to the beach. Okay, first off, literally the worst looking day it looks like, right? Looks terrible.
But it probably is always like that there.
Hey, they have
'Cause all the-
videos of these guys getting washed up against the cliffs in here. It's cliffs like There's no like
So they're
the waves
dead.
are
So there's
pounding.
murder.
No,
on
you're
YouTube,
talking
is what
about
you're
live
saying.
leak videos.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
YouTube videos.
No,
They're murdered.
Those guys.
Wham!
No,
Those
they
guys are
survived.
dead.
These guys survived. Their jet skis are washed in trying to get them.
They have to put those disclaimers that they survived. No, he's
It's
okay.
It's like a jackass.
That's all it says is he's okay.
Of it, yeah. The people you see doing this are crazy, and don't try it.
Yeah.
And it's just a dude on a cliff.
After he gets murdered and just stuck against the cliff like a bug, it's just like he's okay. And like his arm is floating in the water. He's not okay,
I don't think
dude.
he's okay.
Yeah. Damn, dude. Like the worst or the closest you'll ever see us to something like that is like maybe I'll try the jet ski thing. Just being out there on somebody that's already experienced.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm not running the jet ski. I'm just hanging out on the
I'll be
jet
on the
ski.
back on the little
Yeah,
paddle
yeah.
thing.
No, I'll hold on, dude.
Did you
Dude,
ever?
if you saw that in real life, you would be like, "There's no
Naraze?
way I'm going
Hell
out in
no,
that."
dude.
Because like I've been surfing my whole life, and I would look at that and I'd be like, "I know what it could do to me."
Oh yeah,
Dude, I would love to go
Straight
just pay
up.
to stand up and just watch all day.
them. Yeah,
I'd be like, put an over-under on how many injuries you're going to see.
that's a good bet. That's a good bet.
10.
See, that's offshore. See the wind blowing against the
yeah,
wave,
okay.
and see how it's cleaning it up.
Word.
See, these
Oh,
guys
wow.
are paddling into it.
Dude, so you're just like in a
insane.
holding
Yeah.
pattern until you see something big enough you can catch.
That's it. Yeah,
Wow.
sit out there.
Look
cut
at the swells all coming in threes like that.
Yeah, is there a like when you have a set come in? Is there a normal number? Like, is it 3 to 4 waves, or can it be like 15 waves at a time before
It
you have a break?
changes. You have 3 wave sets come in.
Yeah.
You know, there'd be 7 or 8 waves come in at a time. Yeah, it comes in sets. Usually, it's not any more than 5 or 6.
Yeah.
You know, it's usually about 3 or 4 good sets. But then you'll have in between waves that come in. You know that. Sometimes those are better. Like sometimes the big sets are not the best ones. You want to catch the in-between ones depending on what the conditions are. But it's ever changing, you know?
So was there? Where was the like, not the best, but kind of the craziest place that you think you've been to surf?
Or your favorite.
Yeah, or your favorite place? Because you said you've been to Costa Rica.
Yeah, I've been a bunch of different places. I've been all over California down the coast.
What was that?
Is California
like, dude?
overrated?
No, California's awesome.
Really?
Just the government and the way everything is a lot different, but you know,
But the surf is on.
Oh, the surf's on point. Oh yeah,
Right,
surf's super good.
Is there any like surf movies that like as like Disney or something that you're like, okay, that's not how surfing really is?
Yeah, I mean
What was
that's
that one about the girl who got her arm bit off?
Yeah, that's
I know what you're
Bethany Hamilton, Soul Surfer.
Soul Surfer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd never watched Soul Surfer. Like I know her whole story and stuff, and I felt like I didn't want to watch the movie because I didn't want to see it.
Yeah, it's
you know?
Hollywoodized.
Yeah,
That's what. Yeah, that is kind of.
It'd be more. It'd be way doper if it was like a documentary where it's like, yo, we're going out surfing today, and she has both arms, and then she comes back, and then it's the traumatic story of like how it actually happened.
Yeah,
That
I think they've done
would be a fucking like through the roof documentary.
I do think I know what you mean though. Is like some of those things will definitely just like screw it up by trying to add all this crazy shit into
Yeah, they're
it,
like,
they don't
and
need
she was
to.
falling in love with a guy that only liked girls with 2 arms, and it's like, what?
is that what it is?
Hey, man, don't Hollywoodize it, you know? Let it be a story.
Only likes girls with 2 arms.
Dude, she is the gnarliest chick ever. She still surfs and competes,
Oh.
and you know she's a mom and stuff now, so she's like doing that thing. But I keep up with her on social media. But
does
she
the-
goes out and
The
surfs
like handle
with one
thing,
arm.
huh? Or does she like gotten to the point where she doesn't need that anymore?
I think she has a handle that sticks to her board. Like I can't remember. She doesn't like she paddles with her one arm, stands up with her one arm, and
That's
just
crazy,
like
dude.
and she rips like she
Yeah.
wins competitions and
Is
stuff.
this guy on a fucking?
He's on a foil. That's a hydrofoil.
I've seen those around Pensacola Beach before, but
You know,
I've never
Snack Crate,
tried those.
the
yeah.
company I used to work
Yeah,
for,
yeah, yeah.
they also do that. That's
What
the
do you
two.
mean? What do you mean? Snack Crate does hydrofoils?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I didn't get.
Elaborate.
I was there,
No, elaborate.
and I was like, where are like the 4 employees that are missing? Like there, at a time, there would be like 3 or 4 people, and they would be gone. Like, and it would be a different 3 or 4 people, and I'm like, where the fuck are? Why are we always missing this amount of people? And they're like, well, they're going to Chicago for like or not Chicago, fucking Colorado for like the photo shoot for foil, and I'm like, what is foil? They're like, like the floating surfboards. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? And they showed me like what it looked like out of water. And I was like, how does that go in water? What?
It's like
and then they showed me a video.
Yeah,
and it's like floating, and it's really just like a little motor and then a stick and the board.
Does it have a motor on it?
I don't know that there's a motor, but it looks like...
Some of them they do,
really?
But no, these are just foils, and it's the way it's shaped. It's just, they keep it going up and down, and it creates force underwater. So
it's wild looking. It looks unreal. It doesn't look like it would work. Like, how are you floating above the water on a board that is shaped for you to be on the water?
Yeah. And then all the weight on it, it's like, it doesn't make...
Yeah.
Cody, did you ever surf? Or try surfing?
No, I got into this little clique where we skated, and then they got really into skimming. And they got really good. But I never could translate the drop of the board. I could not translate the drop and then the distribution of weight when you initially get on it. I could not translate that. And it was like when I was falling out of love with being at the beach. So I was just like, it's not really my vibe. And I like skateboarding more. So it was like, I didn't go with them on that. But they like all transferred to the beach, and like that like group kind of split to the beach. But they got really good. Like, have you ever watched people at like Pensacola Beach do skimboards?
Yeah.
Dude, they'll go like 15 to like 50 foot out into the water and surf a wave off of the fucking sand.
Yeah.
So
it's insane.
I got a great story about skimboarding, and a lot of people won't believe it, but in Alabama, my best friend Blonde John had Blonde John Surf and Skate Shop, and that was my best friend. That's where I grew up. That's like all the people I ran with and surfed with. So anyways, he started a skim team, and then they started competing, traveling all over the world, and won a world title skimming from Alabama. One of our Alabama skimmers did.
Holy shit.
So, like, we were around skimboarding, and, like, he created, the traction pads that are on skimboards.
Yeah.
So before, nobody was using those.
Were they just using wax?
Just wax, and, like, a lot of the boards came with, like, a texture on them, then they put a little bit of wax on them. So he kind of started the traction pads on skimboards, and then worked with a bunch of different skim companies to create like the long narrow one that they put on the skimboard and stuff. And that all started like in Alabama.
That's crazy,
dude. And it's insane. I didn't even know there was competitions for that. I just thought people were like, I like skateboarding. This is surfing. I'm not really into that deep of a wave.
Let's go.
But there's like
right
these
in
little
the middle.
These guys are doing crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they're going and they're like going out and catching like 10-foot waves, and like Newport Beach over in California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Newport Beach in California. They're going out and catching the wedge, which is like a one of the heaviest beach breaks there is. And they're going out and catching like 12-foot waves, breaking right on the beach, getting barreled.
See, the crew I was with, what they would do is break the little mini waves in Pensacola Beach, but they would do like 360s off of it, or like some of them would do like, I don't know what it's called in water, but like on land, if you're skateboarding, it's like a pop shove it.
Oh, they are doing shove-its, yeah.
Or like a 360 shove it. 360 shove it while they're 360ing.
Oh,
so it looks insane. It looks like a tornado of like movement, and you're like
everything
off of nothing. It's like off of something you can barely see sometimes.
Yeah.
It's just insane. Like, just the throwdown, people underestimate how hard that is. Take a month off during the summer, just trying that every time you're at the beach, at least for like 15 minutes. You may never get it.
Yeah.
Hey, I didn't, It's very possible.
Oh, it's super tough.
It's fucking crazy.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
I used to skim like, a little bit just to like do it whenever we were out of the beach. But there's always
did you ever get good
time
enough where you could just like float around? Yeah.
But there were those
Fucking
times
tough,
when you would
dude.
go to throw down and the board would just smack.
Yeah.
But you would keep running.
yeah.
It's the dumbest looking shit you'll ever do in your life. Where you're like, think, but you're like 10 feet in front of it.
See, I think the like advantage of like surfing is at least you can just go underwater and be like, nobody can see me.
Yeah.
But there, you're like, oh no, it's cool. I'm just covered in sand. I just like the way it feels on the skin.
Sandpapered up, man.
People.
Yeah,
Getting
dude,
rash off. Oh,
they'll get it
screw
fucking
you up.
bad. Like my buddy Warren used to get it on his fucking hip.
Oh yeah.
Or their shoulders. It's just like road rash, like when you're skateboarding.
Dude, it's
Dude,
gnarly.
get fucked up.
Shells and
that
stuff.
That foam top, like we used to surf foam top boards a lot, and this was before like I realized, hey, rash guards are probably a big thing. My nipples used to be, I shit you not, dude. Just my nipples would be fucking, I mean, like bloody, dude.
You'll rash them off.
Oh,
and a
my
soft top
God.
is like you have to wear a rash guard with a soft top because it is super abrasive.
Dude, yeah, it was like 2 days or like one day, and then I got in the salt water again, and I was like, nah, this ain't it, dude.
You're like, ah.
Yeah, definitely need a rash guard.
You like hug people, and they're like, what's that noise when we hugged? You're like, nothing. Don't worry about it.
So
It's just like a bunch of Band-Aids and paper and
I
shit.
hug them, and then they're bleeding because my
they're
nipples
like,
are so...
what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah, dude.
This man is like super all over the place when it comes to sports.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to tell him your story about your arms.
Your
This
arms.
story is fucking insane. Can we pull it up on here? Is it on here anywhere?
No, it's I only got it saved on old Snapchat.
Dude,
Yeah,
pull up the Snapchat.
Wait, okay,
Dude,
let me
it's
hear the story.
insane.
I'm gonna hear the
Yeah,
story.
it's insane.
So I used to do a lot of mountain biking, and I was riding over at UWF here, and riding with somebody, Blonde John, the guy that owned the surf shop, riding with him, and our two kids are the same age. So they're kind of like best friends, grew up together and stuff. And it was my son's birthday, and he just got a brand new mountain bike for his birthday. So we're like, all right, let's go ride. So we went and rode, and I went over this ladder bridge, and it was like a kind of like a terrain run. There's like a little drop in.
Have you been out there at all? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a drop in, and you roll in, and you go over a couple little ladder bridges and drop off and stuff. And then there's like an off camber. Well, I went up on top of the off camber, and my front tire slid down off of it. And I was clipped in because I didn't think we were going to ride like that. I thought we were just going to trail ride and stuff. So it'd been a while since I rode, so I couldn't get out of my clip-ins. So I was like riding the bike, and my hands, I went over the handlebars, my hands went in between the slats on the ladder bridge, and my whole body flipped over.
It's way gnarlier than you think.
And so I broke the radius off my left wrist, and then I exploded my right arm and my wrist.
Wait, so your hands were in here, and then you rolled over?
So I rolled. My right arm is the one I believe that went in to it. My left arm didn't. My left arm just hit off of it. But those, like, they're built super solid.
Dude, super thick.
And so anyways, I rolled over, and I instantly came up, and I was like, my arms are broken.
Fuck that, yeah.
And this one was hanging.
Dude, he showed me a video, bro. The video is insane, bro. Like, I was mountain biking.
Yeah.
Like, on those trails.
Yeah.
And I asked him, because, like, this was during summer, I think, and I saw, like, he was wearing shirtless, and he had scars on his, and I was like, what happened to your arms? And he goes, bro.
Let me show you.
Yeah, he starts looking up the video while he's telling me about it, and I'm like, what? And I'm like, dude, the amount of, like, just, I'm never biking again that was in my body.
Yeah. That shit will scare the fuck out of you, won't it, dude?
Dude, it was like I was completely calm, and then
how
my
did you
buddy
get
Johnny,
out of that?
My buddy Johnny, we were about maybe we weren't very far back in the woods, so we were lucky.
Okay.
And this bone was sticking out of my arm like 2 inches or so. So it's squirting like. I mean, arteries torn, like, and veins, and so it's squirting like a hose out of it.
Not a good type of squirting, you know?
So my buddy Johnny's got a first aid kit, and he's like, hey, we got to put the bone back in. So, like, we're out there, and he grabs the bone. Hey,
there's a hospital
dude.
right here, dog.
Dude, we had to stop the bleeding. It was bleeding like super bad. So he grabs the bone with his thumb and pushes it back in my arm, and I grab with this hand and like hold my arm together. Okay, and we have a rag around it, so I'm like holding the blood in, the bone in, and stuff. And I'm like, Johnny, the other one's fucking broken. He's like, do what? And we look down at my other wrist, and you can just see it visually swelling. So I'm like holding my shattered arm and wrist with my other broken arm.
What the fuck,
so anyways, my kids, they were out front. They kept riding. They didn't know anything had happened. So we did all this and started walking back. And we had a couple other friends with us too. So they went and found the kids.
I'd be calling a life flight, dude.
I got in the van.
Even give a fuck how far.
He has a big, that was his skim van that he like traveled around the world, taking his kids around.
I'd be breaking
skimming.
every law on the way there.
You
I'd be like,
fucking
dude,
bad.
my guy's dying. Dude.
Yeah.
Dude, we were completely calm. Like, I mean, it was just, I was talking to you like this. I was like, dude,
This fucking hurts.
it didn't hurt at all. Like, there was tons of pressure. Like, I could feel in my arms, but there was no hurt. And then I got into into West Florida in the hospital in the ER, and they're like, I walked in, and I knew, I used to work at Sacred Heart Hospital, and I knew one of the physicians that kind of stands in, I think she kind of runs the ER. She's like, what are you doing, Kale? And I like held my arm up and it's like hanging. And she's like, holy crap. She's like, come here. So they immediately took me in the back. But I sat like with my arms on a stretcher and I sat in a chair. And they didn't give me like anything for pain. Like I did my x-rays and everything with no pain medicine. And it was getting worse and worse. And then the pain started kind of like
the adrenaline kind of
setting in. Yeah. Once I got it, I was good. I went into surgery. I had 3 titanium plates, 29 screws.
What?
So
wow.
Is that just in the right one or in both of them?
That's in both of them. This side had
What
I
the
think
fuck,
maybe
dude?
6 or 7 screws, and then this one was like they went to town with a D-wall. I mean, there's screws everywhere in it. I showed you the X-rays.
Yeah, dude, it's insane.
How quickly after that did you sell your mountain bike?
So I still have the mountain bike, and it's a $1 million mountain bike because I had like insurance paid like almost $1 million in, all the hospital stay, the surgery. I had multiple surgeries because I went back to work in 4 months. Okay,
Yeah,
and then my arm re-broke. A plate broke in my arm and it re-broke here. So then I was out for like another 7 months because once it breaks again in the same spot, it takes a long time for it to heal. So I was had to wear like this bone stimulator. It's kind of like a TENS unit, you put the little electrodes on you, and I wear it for like 6-7 months.
What the
And now
fuck,
it's good to go. Yeah, so
How long ago was this?
This 2017. September 2017.
So like just 5 years ago?
Yeah. And then it re-broke, so all through 2018 I healed, and I went back to work at like the end of 2018.
What the fuck, dude?
God,
that's gnar. That is so gnarly.
Dude,
holy shit.
I mean, it plays right into his brand too. Like he's starting a YouTube channel about him and his family and their adventures.
Oh, that's
and
sick.
it's called
The Gnarly Family.
Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
So
that's awesome, bro.
Yeah.
So my son, he surfs, and he's getting pretty good now. He's 13. And then my daughter, I haven't gotten her on a surfboard yet. She was kind of, finicky at a young age around water. Now she's swimming like a fish. So here probably this coming up summer, springtime, I'm going to get her on a board. But we spearfish, free dive.
What?
My son's into that. Santa Claus brought him, some spearfishing gear
That's
and
awesome,
stuff like
dude.
that. So
do you guys ever go down south for any like lobstering or anything like that?
So
or?
I want to. That's kind of what I want to do with the YouTube channel. So I want to go camp. I got a van. I want to go camp and
dude,
just
that'd
kind
be
of
so
our
awesome.
adventures. Not even to get big, but just to kind of
have it.
to have it.
Yeah.
Because
Documenting is a perfect example.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Straight up.
One
able
day,
to look
whenever I
back.
get older, my kids can look at it and be like, "Wow,
That's all the crazy shit we got to do when we were kids.
That was awesome."
That's so cool, man. Yeah, that's one. Like we went down 2 years ago, 2 years ago for lobster mini season down in the Keys, and that's one thing that I wish we had done more. Is, I mean, we took lots of pictures because fucking our age.
You
but
just
like
need to take somebody that's not
documenting-
into doing the thing.
But like I would have loved to like mount GoPros everywhere and people wear like head mounts and stuff like that so we could actually get some of the some of the cool shit that we got to do. Like like looking back on that is like, yeah, and sometimes I get it, like just put the phone down and enjoy it, but that was like a really, really cool opportunity. But hopefully we'll be able to do it again soon. It's just, yeah, we didn't think too far in advance, or with that kind of stuff at least. But that's super exciting, dude. That's super fun.
Are there any major trips that you already have pre-planned to do?
Well, we're just gonna do some close stuff, like go down to like Morrison Springs and Vortex, and I want to do.
Y'all dive?
Yeah, I'm a scuba diver. He's not ready for scuba diving yet.
Yeah.
You got to be at a mature level to kind of scuba dive.
Because your life's in your hands.
It is. I mean, it's safe, but like
down there you can get stuck in a spring.
There's things that you gotta follow.
Like at Vortex, you can get stuck.
Oh yeah. Well, see, they have all that gated off now, but you can. I mean, you can get yourself into trouble, And like Morrison's is like one of the most powerful aquifers around. So like the fresh water that's getting pumped out of it's like super strong. You can't even look straight down into it because it'll push a button on your regulator and it'll be purging your regulator. Like that's how much water's coming out of it.
Yeah.
And Morrison's is beautiful. It's like a state national park or something like that, and it's just all natural. Like Vortex is kind of like touristy.
Yeah.
They added a bunch of artificial stuff, and like Morrison's is natural. And there's like springs all the way down through Florida that are like that. I wanted to do like a spring trip. Me and my son did a little spring hopping trip, and we went to a couple different springs and stuff. But I want to go and camp.
Yeah.
Camp at the springs, go out, go dive, and then, take the GoPro down. And
that's awesome, dude. Do you do any spearfishing here?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, so I bought a jet ski, so that's kind of like going to go with the show.
Cool.
So I got it set up for spearfishing, so cooler rack and, dive flags on it. And we got 2 of them. My parents bought one, too. Damn. So we're going to go and then tie up, go to the Alabama Point. There's a ton of snorkeling reefs, and then go spearfishing. And let the kids get into it and that's stuff. Awesome. And so,
dude, did you hear about that story where Cowboy Cerrone almost died? Like he was scuba diving and he got caught. Scuba diving. No, he got caught. And he was like saying his final things, and he figured his way out. Like, he couldn't see, it was so dark, and I guess he was, like, running out of oxygen and didn't switch tanks or something. But he got stuck in a cavern. It's, like, fucking crazy, dude. He told it on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
But,
one of my buddies he just got, he got licensed last year, and he's been doing some, spearfishing stuff. Mm-hmm. And he wants me to do it, and, I think it's a really cool idea. I'd like to get into it. But some of that shit just scares me, dude. Some of that shit is gnarly.
Spearfishing?
Yeah, just being...
I'm unaware. Is it not just, shooting at something?
Yeah, I mean, it's like either you have a spear gun.
So what are you afraid of?
Just being 100 foot down.
Oh, you have to be underwater to do this?
Yeah.
I thought spearfishing is like you're above water, you see a fish, bam.
No.
Well, that's a type of spearfishing, too. That's like bow.
Oh, see, when you told me this... The entire time, I'm thinking you're on a boat and you're like, bang.
Yeah, you're 100 foot down.
I'm like, that's my kind of fishing.
And then there's fish swimming around and you're trying to shoot them. Yeah.
Do they know you have a gun?
I'm pretty sure.
They're like, hey, man, what are you doing with
you
that
would know
gun?
More, but...
So sharks
my
know
homies
the
haven't
sound.
killed anything, so...
Sharks know the sound of the spear gun. So whenever you shoot a spear gun, if there's any sharks in the area, they're on you, like coming to see, hey, what's he got for us? And they'll usually keep their distance and stuff. But every now and then you'll have an encounter with one trying to get your fish.
The sharks are in the back hey man, I don't want no problem.
I see it.
I'm just watching. I'm nosy, dude.
I know he already shot, but he probably got that side piece on him. You know what I'm saying? We don't want nothing to do with that.
Hey, you good?
Yeah.
Hey, you good, Byron?
Yeah.
Byron got shot.
Yeah.
That's wild, dude. You do any motorcycling or anything? What BMXing or?
I used to
motocrossing.
Yeah, I used to ride quads and 4-wheelers and stuff. I've been on dirt bikes some, and every time I got on one, I got hurt. So I was better. I was better on 4 wheels than I was too.
Yeah.
So
we basically only had you on to tell us about how bad you got hurt and everything you've done.
Yeah, pretty much. I've done a lot of crazy stuff. I used to race RC cars professionally.
I think you told me that. Yeah, that's right.
Used to go around and travel. And I wasn't like top professional, but like I had sponsors and stuff. And And it's crazy. It's a lot of money in it. Like I got some good friends that do it for a living.
Yeah.
That are making close to 6 figures a year racing toy cars.
See, one of my uncles will build them, but he doesn't like go places to like run them. He has a track in his backyard and he just runs it on his track. But there's like so much money into his.
Oh yeah, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, like seeing them flip, I'm like, oh, that's so much money.
Yeah,
dude, they're expensive. Like the racing ones, you're looking at like $2 to $3, $4 grand in one of them. And some guys will run like 4 classes. They'll have like 4 different ones.
There used to be like a long time ago. Not a lot of people. Like, if you're not from around here, there used to be a mall that was called University Mall. There used to be inside that mall a place where you could buy parts for those or buy the entire set. And he would buy that, and then he'd have to order special parts because it was just not stuff that was, like, readily available. But they were, like, gasoline-powered or... I don't fucking know. Like, he had some crazy shit going on his, though. Like, there are electric ones, but his was, like, gas. And I was like, I didn't know gas could go into RC cars. Like, that was mind-blowing to me. I was like,
it's a nitro gas is what it is. It's like an alcohol-based gas.
It's like a drag racing fuel.
They're fucking
super potent.
Have you ever watched them live? They used to do it at the fucking off Davis in the parking lot of Kohl's or something.
Yeah, TJ Maxx.
TJ Maxx, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And dude, that was that guy from University Mall. He moved his shop over there when University Mall shut, and then he opened the parking lot one.
Yeah,
I think he just closed down a few years ago. He was open for a long time.
Dude, I would like me and Paige would go over there just to go to like TJ Maxx, and I'd be like, "What the hell's going on over here?" Because it'd be like a small crowd, but they'd be fucking ripping.
Yeah.
Oh,
how
dude,
fast do those things go?
They're fast. Oh yeah. So like the little on-road ones, like the gas ones, some of them are doing like 50, 60 miles per hour, like on bigger tracks and stuff.
I mean, you can run down a small dog.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
I mean, just knock the legs right
down.
Ginger down. You can walk Ginger down.
Well,
she ain't going nowhere fast.
Man. You give her a good one of these and she's good to go.
She'll just start breathing in.
Now, is there like cheating in RC racing?
So
is that
so they have
is there like a 7/8 scale model or something?
Yeah,
like that,
so they have like these sanctioned races and stuff, and it's like super controversial because like people get like thrown out and disqualified for like their car being too light or their gas tank being too big.
Yeah,
because like at these big
have
races,
like, pit and stuff?
they have pits. So like,
you got to think the gas tank can't be too big.
I know.
No, so they have like a pit guy that has like a gun that comes and it's like they're having like 3-second pits.
Squirts it from a distance.
It's just a Lysol bottle. Just like,
dude, it's super advanced.
That's
like,
crazy. Dude.
I've gone to
do they
like,
change tires and shit on them? Or do they?
No,
they don't go that far?
like the on-road ones, like they'll change tires and stuff.
What?
But
you
like
just
the
see the fucking pit guy pick up the whole car. It's like a bitch ass one just.
It's like he like fills the gas, changes the tires, and then on the NASCARs they have the plastic thing on the windshield. He takes one of those off the RC car and puts it back down on the ground.
There ain't nobody in that car, but he's still doing it.
Gotta make sure the windshield clean.
Dude, I used to dirt track race in Foley and Loxley.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of car were you?
Or
running?
Flemington and Loxley. It was an old Saturn Ion or something, but it was a Stinger class car.
Stingers, yeah.
So it's a 4-banger, and it has nothing to it. You just bare bone it, just a roll cage, and then you go. Mm-hmm. And I used to have to rip my fucking, I don't even remember what they're called, like sleeves off.
Tearaways.
Yeah, tearaways. Mm-hmm. But like you have to fold them a certain way to be able to pull them off because you're wearing gloves.
Oh yeah.
And I never knew about that shit. So, like, I think my first or second race ever, I ripped the whole thing off. All, like, I don't know, 15 of them that we had. And there's no windshield. So, it's just straight mud in your, like, shield. And I'm like this, wiping the mud on my shield. And I cannot see.
Oh, God.
Dude, you're just seeing lights every, like, third turn. You're like, well, there's the stand. So, I got to be doing something right. I'm still on the track.
I'm still on the track, yeah.
It's wild, bro.
And it's cheap to get into. Like the Stinger is like not bad at all. I know a lot of people that have done the Stinger class before.
It's just the initial getting into it. Maybe you'll spend like $2,000 on a car, roll cage seat, helmet, like the fucking straps. That's about it. Mm-hmm. I mean, you don't have to have a fire suit, I don't think. We had a fire suit, but I don't know if that was like
required.
I can't remember, but yeah, we maybe spent like $2,000. The car was like kind of not given to us, but we knew a guy that owned a junkyard, and it was like one of them cars, so it was like easy.
You're not allowed to do any kind of work to the car before.
No, it has to be
complete stock.
Did you win any?
I got second place in the Strawberry 50.
Yay!
But I got first place in the heat that qualified you to get into the race. I got first place in that, and I got second place in the actual race.
Nice.
So I got like 2 trophies and like a stack of money.
Oh, yeah.
But I like raced like
Strawberry 50, babe.
Yeah, I was like, that's cool. Like,
fuck yeah.
And it was just 50 laps. It wasn't 50 miles because the track wasn't a mile long.
Yeah.
We would be like going away from the stand. They wouldn't even see us.
Most of those cars wouldn't make it.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a 50 lapper, and then the heats were like, I think 10 laps or something like that. So your car was only having to do 60 laps. So maybe 20 miles.
Yeah. And some of them were having some issues.
Dude, yeah. In the 50, I did I was like 30 laps in, and somebody hit me, and it popped a tire. So I had to go into the pit, but for whatever reason, I guess I had timed it right, and I was able to get back on the track and win second. The guy that won had a Ford Probe, and he won everything always. Like, people think his shit was messed with, but it's like the only way it could have been messed with was like internally, because they're not taking your engine apart to look at it. They're just like visually checking. Yeah, it looks right.
Yeah.
So like maybe he did things inside, like cambered something. Yeah, bored out or something, or bigger pistons. But it's like, dude, if you're putting money in to win like a dirt track race, what are you doing? Yeah. At a Stinger race, maybe like the higher up, like open stock or something like that, but yeah, it's like we're winning like what, $50, $100 at a time, just enough to put back into the same car to go to the next race.
Did you guys see the last Snowball Derby? I guess like the night before the big race.
You showed me
Friday
this.
night. Oh, I did show you. There was like one of the truck races, I guess. It was like up to the close to the pro, level or whatnot. But I guess one of the trucks like got spun and then hit and ran up the side of the like fence or whatever, completely flipped over, like ripped the whole top of the truck off and shit. Like
it was bad.
Gnarliest, the gnarliest crash they've had at Snowball Derby, I think, period. And the guy got up and like walked away. He was like fine, but it was like people in the stands, because it was fucking right there. Were like, shit everywhere, dude. Yeah, man, fucking that stuff's no joke, dude.
That like. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say one of Frank's really good buddies does the like pro level Snowball Derby shit, and he's been like building these cars out and stuff like that. And Frank will go over there and like we got the Global Girl sticker on it, which is kind of tight. Even though we like didn't really do anything, but he like went over a couple nights and like helped, but basically just like drank beer. And he's like, I'll put a Global Girl sticker on the side of the car. I'm like, okay, hell yeah, dude, that's what's up.
Dude, that's a testament to like the safety equipment that's come out over the last 20, 30 years.
Oh,
I mean, it's really boomed
Yeah.
in the last 20 years, but like, dude, like the amateur open stock stuff, it's not really super regulated. Like, they want you to have a 5-point harness and a seat and a helmet. That's really pretty much the gist.
Yeah.
Make sure the roll cage is there, but it's like you can't get on the track without a roll cage. So that I don't even consider that part of like the safety. That's just like, you cannot get on the track without it. But the other things, like some of the races, they require like a neck harness. But like the shit we were doing, no. But you were fucking banging with people. Because there's no rules against like scraping with people at all.
Yeah.
Rubbin's racing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like in like
for
NASCAR, it's like, hey man, what the fuck, dude? You hit me out on the track. What the fuck?
Yeah.
But it's not like super technical when you're on the smaller races like that.
Yeah. I think that like getting to that point when you have a car that's so aerodynamically, made for this one thing, and when you start
zeroed in.
Yeah, when you have like, hitting a bumper or something like that is going to decrease your speed by 12 miles an hour, and that's going to put you in the back of the pack. It's like, all right, that's a little too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's dial
I'm
it
gonna
back
have to take a
little
wrench
bit.
to your knee when we get out in the
Yeah,
parking
it's
lot.
like that's all right, man. Fucking
like-
chill out.
Like,
all
you
right?
saw I was 12 mile per hour down.
Yeah.
Now you walk with
and
a
that was
limp.
because of you.
Yeah.
It's like
I'm gonna take an inch out of your hip.
you kicked up a rock that went through my front fender. Okay. It's like,
dude.
Jesus, dude. Yeah, that shit's a little too damn.
Well, damn, dude. Before we get out of here, is there anything you want to plug? When is this YouTube channel coming?
I'm still kind of working on logos and stuff like that. I want to get a lot of footage before I even start it because, I mean, I'm kind of full time with the kids and work and house and property, and I want to get enough footage where I could have at least 6 or 7 episodes because I want to stay consistent with it.
Yeah.
And I probably won't start getting video footage till probably this spring when it starts warming up a little bit. So probably my goal is by Christmas of next year to have kind of put it out there. So
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
You have a full year, seasons, all in and out.
Yep, the whole summer, get as much footage as I can, edit some stuff, and kind of have it ready to go. So that way I can kind of keep it going and kind of learn everything because all the editing and all that, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can't even imagine, like, some of the videos you see, like, videos like this, how many cuts there are in it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how many actual hours of footage is this that they're cutting up?
Dude,
because people just imagine when they see, like, a YouTube video, every moment the camera's on is magic. It's not.
Mm-mm,
you know how
not
much
at all.
shit you gotta, like, I don't, but I just know that I've seen videos where it's, like, people editing videos, and I'm like, Jesus
Dude,
Christ.
some of those, like, back in the day when we were doing, like, wedding videos and, like, even when we did, like, the Ecuador mission trip videos, like, the Ecuador trip, I came back with probably, like, 14 hours of footage. Close to 14 hours of footage. And I had and I edited down to 8.5 minutes. Like, that, 14 hours of footage to 8.5 minutes. You know, and, like, the Hangout Fest video was the same. It was like, 9 or 10 hours of footage, but it was like a 3.5 minute video.
I can
like,
imagine
it's fucking insane.
people being like, did my part make that? And you're like, oh, it's in
Which
there. It's in
part?
there. Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah, I can't even remember what video you're in. Sorry.
Yeah, I made sure everybody got in there.
Yeah.
Let me know when that drops. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, you made it.
Yeah, dude, some of that stuff is.
That's wild. Well, I'll be excited to see it. You
Yeah,
know, some of
hell
the shit.
yeah, dude.
I mean, I'm looking forward to, like, when you drop, like, a blooper video because I know you're gonna get injured, and I just cannot wait.
Well,
You gotta throw your Snapchat video in there.
Oh,
with
I
your
will.
arms.
I'm gonna do
Oh, yeah.
a big intro, like the first
Oh, yeah.
one, showing like how we got here and
It's like
how
that-
many screws later.
Yeah.
It's like that fucking theme thing they're doing on fucking TikTok. This is me. You're probably wondering how I got like
Yeah,
this.
yeah. It's like
that
the
shit.
Ferris Bueller intro
Yeah.
type thing. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be
That
sick,
shit's
dude.
funny as fuck. Well,
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you for coming and hanging out.
Yeah,
We really
man, I appreciate
man.
it, guys.
Seriously.
Definitely.
That was awesome,
Definitely.
dude.
bro.
Hell
Enjoy
yeah.
Oh,
it.
also, like, we didn't even mention, you were one of the winners of the hoodie.
I am.
Like, that's why
Stay
he's rocking.
rapping.
Some
Sick.
people,
Stay repping.
yeah.
We thank you for that. We appreciate it.
No, man, I appreciate
yeah.
you guys, man. It's sick. It's
Hell
comfortable. It's kind of like dry fit. I feel like I want to go get on my mountain bike.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Yeah,
let's
probably not. Probably not that
We
much.
don't need that to get ripped up or anything. But that's okay.
We don't need that cut off of you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, hell yeah, dude. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We're getting the fuck up out of here. We love you. Yee 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 yee.